Welcome back to Sports Weekly, and right now we gotta talk about coaches that end up getting traded for players or first round pick or second round pick. And right now we gotta talk about Mike Dunleavy Sr. to the Bucks. In 1992, 1993, Milwaukee Bucks offered Mike Dunleavy Sr. to the longest contract offered the coach at that time. Lakers trying to attempt to lure back Mike Dunleavy because he was the coach of Los Angeles Lakers prior that season. And they were offering him 2-year extension, and Dunleavy's deal make him the second highest paid coach in the league. Because of him agreeing to that contract, the Bucks had to send a compensational draft picks. The 1992 second round pick that ended up doing Cooper, and 1995 second round pick that ended up being Dwayne Whitefield. The first ever coach getting traded, and this is what Jerry West did in his tenure with the Lakers. And another one is Pat Riley. In 1995, Pat Riley resigned as the head coach of New York Knicks via fax. He didn't even talk to the organization. He sent it to fax to become the head coach of Miami Heat. This made some controversy because the Heat was accused of tampering by the Knicks. You know, when there's a tampering, there's gonna be a lot of violation, and so they end up getting settled after the Heat sent a 1996 first round pick and $1 million, and the first round pick ended up being Walter McCarty. Miami Heat improved every year since the trade, and they lost to Chicago Bulls 2 years in a row in the first round in Eastern Conference. And in 1997 playoffs, Heat beat the New York Knicks in the second round, but lost first round in the New York Knicks in 1998 playoffs. And another one is Stan Van Gundy, brother of Jeff Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy was the coach of Miami Heat from 2003-2005. He was recruited by Pat Riley. He led the Miami Heat in 2005 to Eastern Conference Finals against the Detroit Pistons, alongside with Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade. Unfortunately, Pistons beat the Heat in the playoffs, and the following year there was a conspiracy that Pat Riley was attempting to run Van Gundy out of his job, and Van Gundy would resign from his position as a head coach that season, and he stated that he needed to spend more time with his family. And Riley replaced him as a head coach and led the Miami Heat to their first ever championship that same season, Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade. But Miami Heat allowed their head coach, Stan Van Gundy, to be named head coach of Orlando Magic after the 2007 season. And Magic sent the Heat the second round pick in the 2008 draft. Those picks ended up being Stanko Barats and Darnell Jackson. There was a rumor that Shaq ended up kicking out Stan Van Gundy, but in Shaq's book, Shaq Uncut My Story, O'Neal mentioned that Stan got fired because Pat Riley wanted to take over and because he wanted to win championship as a head coach. Next one is Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers was a former NBA player. He was a one-time NBA All-Star in 1988. When he retired as a player, Doc Rivers became a head coach of Orlando Magic, Boston Celtics, LA Clippers, and Philadelphia 76ers. Doc Rivers won the NBA championship in 2008 with Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo, but in 2013, Boston Celtics traded Doc Rivers to the Los Angeles Clippers for a 2015 first round draft pick, and 2015 Boston Celtics drafted R.J. Hunter. A lot of people, actually a lot of NBA fans know R.J. Hunter. Hunter was a great college player, but his career in the NBA was short. And that's basically all coaches that were traded in the NBA. If I missed some, let me know. Those were the top 4 NBA coaches that end up getting traded. So that's it for the coaches. And when we come back, we gotta talk about James Johnson MMA record and kickboxing record. So stay tuned.